I am finally doing a review of that 4 issue that I have been promising for ages. The one that has got the first appearance of the god that lives inside the sun. Nah, I'm kidding, it's fucking Terrificals again, innit? This is the Terrificals number 10. We start off with Dr. Lemire, and he has been unmasked. He has been revealed as Caveman Smithers. And then all the heroes show up. And really, I'm going to be mostly talking about the Terrificals and the book in general. I think that the Terrificals shows a lot of promise. It is a really good concept. But there has been so many spanners in the works. Firstly, they were obviously devised as a riff on Fantastic Force, and that was a great idea because Marvel weren't doing an actual Fantastic Force comic. But then, like a few months into the Terrificals, Marvel started doing a Fantastic Force again. I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if the only reason that they started doing one was to try and screw with DC doing the Terrificals. Then after that, the next problem is up here. The New Age of Heroes. This was one of the 8 books that was launched as part of that, and they all pretty much died. They were dead on arrival. This one, it hasn't been cancelled yet, I didn't think, but it probably will be. The thing was, the Terrificals, it was kind of the standout of the New Age of Heroes. People liked it. People wanted it to do well. But as I said in my Brimstone review, it couldn't really do as well as it could or should, because it was always competing with the 7 other New Age of Heroes books. There really should not have been 8 New Age of Heroes books, or at least not 8 that are all released within the span of 2 or 3 months, because this is exactly what happens. They don't get maximum return because people, likely, they can't afford all 8, or they only focus on the ones they find most interesting or have their favourite artists on, which leads us to the next problem, the art. The art has actually been consistently decent in the Terrificals, but it has changed a lot. Ethan Ross, he was the big launch artist. He lasted an issue and a half, which is fucking embarrassing. I remember reading online that Dr. Shannon, he was meant to be like the main artist for the book, so why didn't they just launch with him? Anyway, he hasn't done that many issues either. And finally, we have got what I consider narrative problems. Johnny Strength here, he is emblematic of exactly what I think is a bum note. Maybe it is because the book, it's likely to be axed soon, so they just want to get the resolution in, they want to wrap stuff up. But Johnny Strength, he was the impetus for the group coming together. They got his emergency message, and now they have resolved that. We'll see some more of this sort of thing later on, but we've also got another problem, that the Terrificals here, they are effectively in the background. They are kinda just drowned out by Johnny Strength and his friends here. And really, 10 issues in, we still need to see the Terrificals being awesome. I think a big team-up story like this, it should be like the game plan for the second year, not the first. The first, it should all be about establishing the Terrificals. And the problem is, as I said, the Terrificals, they are struggling to command the pages against the Johnny Strength characters. Another problem, narratively, is we also have Albino Man. He has lost his powers. This is, as I said, the first year of the book. You really shouldn't be doing stuff like this. We've barely seen him with his powers on the team. And, well, I think a good model to follow for a new series would be issues 1 to 3, that is all set up, its origin, introducing ideas and characters. Then we've got issues 4 to 8 or 9. They should be like classic stories showing what the team is all about. Then end the first year with issues 10 to 12 with like a big epic story that is kind of their story. Didn't have them be drowned out by Johnny Strength or team-ups. Just like have a big story that it's them fighting a big baddie like Doctor Doom or this Galactus Man analogue. And then in the second year, you have established them. And you can do stuff like take Albino Man's powers away or pay off the Johnny Strength stuff. And it's not just the Johnny Strength stuff either. Another part of their setup was there was a mystical energy bond. They couldn't get more than a mile away from each other. And that was kinda... well, actually, I think it's not just this comic that commits it. I think a lot of modern comics, they can't really tell the difference between a story arc and a status quo. They think that status quos are resolved like stories are. So the energy bond thing, that is a status quo. You can keep that in play for a year, for a decade, for as long as you want. And people aren't going to be saying, oh, when are you going to resolve this? Because it is the status quo for the book. It's why they are a team. And likewise, the Johnny Strength stuff. You would resolve it eventually, but it is... well, as I said before, it's the impetus for them coming together. Imagine if in the first 10 issues, the Excellent Men, they resolved all mutant bigotry and hysteria. Speaking of the Excellent Men, here is Mr. Terrificals doing a cyclist impression. And despite all of my problems with how they have went about it, I do concede that a lot of them are probably as the result of the likelihood that the book is going to be canned. And this issue, it's okay. They are fighting the Space God thing from the first issue, the one we saw in the annual, in the Johnny Strength backup. I do have another criticism though. Not this page though, it's a fun page, this one. I feel that the big Space God thing, he is nowhere near as impressive as he should be. Like, in that backup story, he was a lot more powerful and threatening. And in the first issue, he was massive and they ran away from him. But here, in the space of an issue, or rather half an issue really, they defeat him. And it's not like it's that much of a bother for them. When they are fighting it though, Doctor Doom, he snuck away. And now that the energy bond thing that linked them is gone, the team decide to split up. And then Mr. Terrificals, he walks away going, the Terrificals are no more. And we end with Dr. Doom, and he's looking out at the multiverse. And I think all these images here, they are from Multiversity, because that one there is straight from Multiversity Captain Marvel's, the real one, Billy Batson. And I think this one here is a variant cover to an issue of Multiversity. And Gargoyle here, that is straight from the final issue. I tell you what, I hate this. I hate when artists do this. When they just use other people's art from other comics on screens or photos. This in my opinion is worse than tracing. If the artist of this book, if he had traced all these images, it'd have been fine in my opinion. This though, it's just lazy. And none of these artists are receiving credit, and they are always resized really badly. Like, the aspect ratio isn't maintained. They are just stretched or shrunk to fit the screen frame or whatever. This one down here is terrible. They've stretched it wide so that it would fit the whole thing into the screen rather than just crop off the top. And there is so much dead space there because this is obviously a cover image. That is where the title would have went, but it's just terrible. This comic, it's alright. There's so many fumbles in it, but it's not bad. I'm going to rate it a nice round 7 thumbs up.